On this episode of NSFW Show, we are joined by Get Set Go's Mike TV. He plays a few songs, we look at some ribald Snapchats, and we discuss the state of music. Also, a Johnny Cash rendition of Mass Text that will leave you crying with pain and tears and joy and love and sadness and joy again. Joy comes back. It's all coming up on this edition of NSFW Show.
Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is Twit.
Bandwidth for NSFW is brought to you by CacheFly at CacheFly.com.
This is NSFW episode 192, recorded on August 20th, 2013. Oh, snap!
This episode of NSFW is brought to you by Shutterstock. With over 1 million high-quality video clips, Shutterstock helps you take your creative projects to the next level. For 30% off your new account, go to Shutterstock.com and use offer code NSFW8 and ProXPN. ProXPN is a virtual private network that allows you to use the internet the way it should be, anonymous and unfiltered. For 20% off your new account, go to proxpn.com/twit and use the code NSFW. And Ting.com. Ting is a mobile phone service that makes sense. Save money with Ting. Pay for what you use, doesn't require a contract, and offers unlimited devices on one pooled plan. To save $25 on your first Ting device, visit nsfw.ting.com. That's nsfw.ting.com. Folks, the summer music series continues to roll on. Our old friend, Get Set Go, Mike TV, joins us from his album, Tumors. This is Dig You.
I dig the way you hang your hips. I love the way you style your lips. I love the way you wear your nose. So pull off those pantyhose, can't you see the effect you're having on me? All I know, hey sugar honey, you look so sexy when you're wearing nothing. I love the shape of your breasts, they're lovely, I'd do a test. I love your little pinky toes and the way your smile glows, can't you see the effect you're having on me? All I know, hey sugar honey, you look so sexy when you're wearing nothing. Oh, I'm in love, and if only for tonight, I will love you all my life. Oh, I'm in love, and if only for right now, I will never let you down. Oh, la 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 la. I love the smell of your sex. It's heaven, I do a test. I love your little body hairs. I love my duty clear, can't you see the effect you're having on me? All I know, hey sugar honey, you look so sexy when you're wearing nothing. Oh, I'm in love, and if only for tonight, I will love you all my life. I'm in love, and if only for right now, I will never let you down. Oh, hey there, good looking. What you gonna do? Are you gonna stay? Are you going my way? Hey there, good looking. What you gonna do? Are you gonna stay? Are you going my way? I love the little sounds you make. I love it when they escape. I love the shape of your rear. So come park it over here. Can't you see the effect you're having on me? All I know, hey sugar honey, you look so sexy when you're wearing nothing. Oh.
Woo!
Thank you.
And just like that, it is go time for NSFW, the new show Win. New show full of Win. The Nominal Software for Writers Association hereby convenes. Hello, beautiful people. I'm Brian Brushwood, live in Austin, Texas, joined in studio with Justin Robert Young and Mike TV for an amazing episode. What's going on, JRY?
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm ready to rock. Everything's sideways. I don't understand what's up and down, but my knees are looking sexy. Can you add my knees to your song, Mike TV? They're hairy.
I will add an extra verse. I'll work on it by the end of the day. I'll have it for you.
Just have the whole song be about the girl whose body you like, and then just for no reason be like, I like Brian's knees.
Yeah, I
They're
can do that.
really hairy. And then just I would.
That
I'll
might be
pay
a
$20.
bit of an aside. I'm sorry, I was distracting.
I was just thinking about Brian's knees. He looks like a 12-year-old that's full of trees, and then just keep on going with anything that ends with ease, man. I think it's money in the bank.
It's frustrating for me because that song was actually about you, and I'm sort of bummed that you didn't pick up on that.
A
Brian.
curious lack of pronouns in that song.
Yeah. So
It's like one of those funny things. Like you listen to old Queen songs, and you're like, man, not a whole lot of pronouns in this song.
Yeah, I mean, although Fat Bottom Girls was for me a bit confusing, you know. I'm like, how is it that? Wait, I thought
he was. I think Freddie Mercury, like omnisexual. I feel like.
I think that song all those guys were songwriters, and so that song was written by I think the bass player, the guitar player, or something
Brian
like that.
May,
Yeah. So anyway, so I guess he's saying
what I'd like to think is the whole refrain of Fat Bottom Girls, you make the rock and world go round is essentially Freddie Mercury's way of saying, effing somebody's got to make babies. Might as well be you fat bottom girls. You keep humanity alive. Thank you.
Or maybe he just assumed that if there was enough fat bottom girls in one area, it would actually create centrifugal force. You know, like it would. He was looking at it from a scientific perspective. You know, he's like, yeah, okay.
That was built off a thesis. It was a musical accompaniment to a thesis he had been writing about planetary physics.
Yeah, you do enough cocaine and anything starts to make sense.
Speaking of cocaine,
Amazing.
Brian, you just got back from Los Angeles. We're in the middle of the run up to Dragon Con, and
Yes, sir.
I would hesitate to say that there was really a whole lot of planning on this episode.
Tonight's episode?
Yeah.
You mean outside of the 3 weeks of back and forth emails that you and I had about our Snapchat extravaganza? Look,
Well, we are going to play our refined game of Snapchat War a little bit later in the episode, but really, this is we're doing freeform jazz for the first segment here. We're going to start off strong.
Probably for the best. You know what? We had the idea about 6 months ago, kicking around. Like, what if we picked a time when you and me were real busy? And we just jazzed the whole episode. And I responded in an email that's dated that I can definitely show you that's not made up. I said, the only way that's possible is if we have a musical guest who's willing to join us for the entire hour. Somebody who's so clever and savvy. Somebody who's willing to rock alongside us, who can zig where we zag and make some magic happen. It's got to be Mike TV. And Justin said, never. I will never be caught on screen next to Mike TV.
Never
Ever
again. Never
That's
again.
right.
Not after what happened last time.
after 4 months, finally we got that locked in. And so finally we're able to announce. That was also something we said in the emails was also we shouldn't promote it in advance. It should be a surprise event that we're doing. All of this definitely documented and not being made up right now.
Yeah. So all that happened, and now here we are. Finally, we've broken down the barriers and brought Mike TV back to NSFW show where he rightfully belongs. For those of you who don't know, if you have listened to the show and you've heard the NSFW lullaby, which happens at the end of every show, that was Mike TV, and the vocals are Mike TV. It's Get Set Go who performed it. And you guys are, for any new listeners, I mean, Brian, would you say that Get Set Go was the first big like musical BFF that we kind of made on the show?
I'm definitely not going to say the first because I feel like there was somebody beforehand. But
there was Hanson, right?
Well,
of course, those lovely lads of Hanson.
Yeah, that's.
There's certainly the most potent, I mean, there's a reason. Like, you guys wrote the lullaby that we play at the end of every single episode of NSFW, and that kind of thing resonates. And so we invited a number of bands into our heart, but you actually took up real estate, and that's precious to us. How about that? Was that too deep for you?
That's awesome. I'm planning on annexing a little more space. Sorry,
you're gonna move into our liver. Start taking up some pancreas action as well.
Brian, it's called eminent domain. Mike is seizing it, and he's going. We're going to have to sell it to him at whatever price he deems fit.
Yeah, that's actually the reason why I'm here. Anyhow, is just to let you know.
Notice, like just to make sure.
Over.
By the way, and he unfolds it, and like, here's the deed. We're going to be taking up your spleen.
Yeah,
exactly. But look, okay, so we've got now. Here's the thing: you're here not as Get Set Go, but just as Mike TV. What's going on here? What am I missing?
Well, these are Get Set Go songs.
Yeah. I mean, so Get Set Go is sort of is the whole band, but it's also, I mean, it's me. It's it's Eric and I. Get Set Go comes in many different flavors. The band right now is like. I've got all my bandmates are professionals. They all have day jobs and they do them all very well. And so I'm the only person that actually of the band is a full-time musician. So when they can't do it because they've got awesome projects and DVDs and things they're working on, then I.
So they couldn't take the ride up here to Petaluma, which is from LA 6.5, 7 hours.
Yeah, like 6.5 hours.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a big trip.
Yeah.
So officially, we could tell people to stop hashtagging things. RIP Get Set Go. Mike TV is still with the band. Everything's 100%.
Well, no, you can. The thing is like Paul.
He's like, I'll take the hashtag.
Yeah, it's totally fine to I'll do the exaggerations of my demise have been greatly exaggerated. The exaggerations have been exaggerated.
The reports of my demise have been greatly exaggerated.
Yeah.
And yet another reason why the Hyperloop needs to actually be a thing, because we could have Get Set Go every week.
That would be. Yeah.
You guys can take the half hour up to San Francisco from LA, and then you guys could just be the house band every episode.
Yeah. No, actually,
to be honest though.
We can actually.
Now that I think about it, it's like maybe they should do the RIP Get Set Go thing so that we could have a reunion like in 3 weeks.
That would be
here on the show.
There we go.
Or what we could do is maybe the next show, if I can bring the whole band up, we can break up on the show at the beginning of the show, and then we can reunite by the end of the show.
This actually
Mike, I want to ask
brilliant.
you something.
Stop talking.
Mike, you're a fan of NSFW, and we were joking around about some of the musical. The songs that we have found here on the show, including what was her name? Yeah, but I'm trying to remember the young songstresses. It's Tay something,
double clicks?
right?
Yeah.
Allison Tay.
Yeah, it's like Tay. No, it's Tay something. Blah, blah, blah.
Something Tay. Tay. Tay's her last name.
Is it really?
Tay.
They'll get it to us.
I thought Tay
I think it's Tay's her last name.
No, because Tay's on Day. Because remember we were joking that Tay's on Day should be the one to cover.
Tay Allen. Yeah, Tay Allen.
Tay is her first name.
There you go.
Yeah.
Tay Allen's mass text, and you were thinking about doing a cover, and then what happened?
I was going to cover it because I saw when you guys first ran across the video, it had 300 views, and I'm like, oh, that's awesome. I'll cover this. And so I went to find the video so that I could actually learn the song. And it had like 1 million plays. Oh, and it also had like, you can buy this on iTunes. Like there's like 150,000 people that say they don't like the song, and like 3,000 people that say they like the song.
Yeah.
And then they're like, you can buy this song on iTunes, and I'm like,
No, are you
what?
kidding me? This is Mike. This is the perfect opportunity because you come in and you make something that is universally reviled. You make it gorgeous, and then all of a sudden everybody buys it and jumps in.
Yeah.
Well, where were you thinking about going? Like, what was the Mike TV flavor you wanted to drench Mass Text in?
Yeah, well, the thing is, like, I literally was just wanted to sit down and sort of get a sense of if there even was a chord progression. I mean, there has to be some chord progression because there is a melody, but
it's a music song.
But it is a very, very different song from the kind of thing that I like to like. That's me being very politic. Yeah,
Is that just because like you're afraid you're gonna run into Tay in LA?
No, well,
She'll be like, were you on that show?
I think.
Why were you making fun of me on that show?
I think the places.
Mike?
I think the places that I frequent, she would never be caught dead. She actually, you could actually have her corpse. You could try dragging her corpse in, and it would clutch at the doors.
It would dissolve into light. It would just blow up. So I mean, you want to give us maybe a free flow idea of what you would do a first draft?
Okay.
Just to kind of get you in the mood. Let's just get you in the
Let me hear it
get
for a
you in
second.
the headspace.
Let me see if I can sort it out.
For a while, and I thought we were cool. Did I miss something? Why did I get your mass text? I'm in your contacts. Why did I get your mass text? I'm in your contacts. Why did I get your mass text? I'm in your contacts. Why did I get your mass text? I'm in your contacts. The party invite made, and you just pretend.
All right. Does
Okay.
that give you enough to work with?
First, can I just say how wrong this, like, how there's because the thing is like because she's trying desperately to be like, oh, I'm a geek, and the thing is like there was she completely misses every like. And then like the glasses, the removing of the glasses, like that's the big thing. But even all the other stuff, like her hanging out with all my geek friends, and they're like, it is the worst. It is anyway. It's
Okay, so here's the thing. What if I may put into words your exasperation, Mike?
Yeah.
It sounds like what you're saying is it's a betrayal of everything. The internet as a platform is a place for no matter how geeky you are, no matter how esoteric your likes, you have a home and you find other people who are like-minded. And here is somebody trying to use this platform that belongs to the geeks. It belongs to the disenfranchised. And instead, she tells the most cliched story ever. And the moral of the story is quit being unique. Instead, be like every other douchebag out there, and you could be popular.
That's certainly
that's
the theme of the video. I believe that the theme of the song is that she didn't get a mass text, despite the fact that she pretty much believes for a fact that she is in this man's contact.
Yeah, and that is basically the entire. That's the entirety of it. Like, there's nothing else
This
that's
isn't
being
a protest
said.
song. It's not like in the middle she's like free Mandela.
Yeah,
This is a simple song.
I'll tell you what. Now, tell me how things work with the licenses. Could you do a parody where you change the words? The refrain could be the same. Why didn't I get your mass text? I'm in your contacts.
Yeah.
But all of the verses instead are these insightful verses about what it means to be marginalized, to be outside of the mainstream because you have unusual likes or because you're not shaped like every goddamn supermodel that you see out there. Like, what if it's not too late. This thing barely cracked 1 million. You could release that tomorrow and be twice as popular by next Tuesday.
Or because obviously I can only speak to my own personal sense of disenfranchisement. So I mean, which might work. But I was thinking that you also are missing an opportunity where you could actually do something like, you could make it people miss mass like Lincoln. Why didn't I get the mass text that you sent out to everybody? Don't go to the theater tonight. There's going to be a killer. I'm in your contacts,
Exactly.
And there could be just people throughout history. Yeah.
And then you find him at the end and he's dead.
Yeah.
It's like one of those like country story songs.
Yeah. So yeah.
But it's and then in the last verse, it's like, and as the bullet went through my heart, the only thing I could. So you should do one of those where maybe it's like talking. It's like you're just telling a story.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Like it was a cold November night. And I wanted to go to the theater.
I just
Get your mask text. You do a Johnny Cash impression.
I didn't get the mask.
Yeah, and then you come in, and it's like, why not get your mask text? I'm in your contacts. Yeah. All right, well, here,
I kind of want to just hijack the rest of the episode and just see this happen. I kind of just want to see a Justin and Mike duet by the end of the episode. I want to see somebody submit a song in the style of Johnny Cash. That's a parody, a stylistic parody of Maztecs that Justin and Mike do right now.
Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, if we got the lyric, I'm sure somebody could find the lyrics. But if you could come up with like a rolling
a
chorus.
I'm in your contacts.
Wait, well, let me see. Wait, like that. Wait.
All right, so you have
Wait,
to
no,
start
but I think the song is actually. I think this is actually the key the song's in. So
for those of you guys listening at home who are already furiously typing lyrics for this, just make sure it should be something in a simple key that Justin can kind of read.
I'm talking through it. I'm not going to sing it.
Basically, Johnny Cash. But then make sure like the fourth of every fourth line should be something that Mike TV can harmonize with on there. And we got this thing.
Let's just try it. Let's just try it with the actual lyrics.
All right,
to get it started. Yes.
So here we go. So I talk through this part, and then you just come in with the chorus here.
And I'm not get your mask text.
All right. So here we go.
Yeah. All right.
Start up. Hey.
Wait, hold on. Wait. Oh, sorry.
Hey. So we've been talking for a while, and I thought we were cool. Did I miss something?
Why not get your mask text? I'm in your contacts. Why not get your mask text? I'm in your contacts.
The party invite's made and you just push send. I'm confused cause I got left out again. I like you. This is not enough. Trying to reach you. It's so tough. So
why not get your mask text? I'm in your contacts. Why not get your mask text? I'm in your contacts. Yeah!
Baby, just hang out with me, then you'll see. To your hottie heart, I hold the key. It's so easy to check my box. Your texting etiquette, no, it sucks.
It sucks. Why not get your mask text? I'm in your contacts. Why not get your mask text? I'm in your contacts. Yeah!
Oh, why didn't I get your text? You're a mess. I was ignored and burned. Now the tables turn and the cell phone's in my hands.
Why not get your mask text? I'm in your contacts. Why not get your mask text? I'm in your contacts. Why not get your mask text? I'm in your contacts. Why not get your mask text? I'm in your contacts.
Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed. That's it for this episode of NSFW. I hope you guys had as much fun as I did. I want to thank Mike TV. I want to thank Justin Robert Young for joining us.
Brian,
it's not getting any better than that, man.
No, you want to know what's better than that?
What?
Getting the picture or video that you want for your next creative project. That's what.
Oh, let me tell you what, man. People are always saying, like, hey, instead of just running your mouth off, why don't you put pictures to go with the words that you're running your mouth off on? And I'm like, because I don't feel like taking a camera off. Like, there's cameras here. I have cameras, but I ain't no photographer. I wish there was some way for me to pull a scam and look like I was a pro photographer, steal credit for other people's awesome production capabilities, and do so legally. Unfortunately, it doesn't exist, so we should move on to our next bit.
Brian, you're a liar. And you deserve to be punched in the mouth so hard that your jaw flies off. Because Shutterstock.com provides exactly the service that you just slanderously said doesn't exist.
Oh my gosh, I apologize to our sponsors, Shutterstock. Shutterstock, as I understand it, now that you say that, I remember they add over 10,000 images per week. Is that true?
Yeah, over 1 million high-quality video clips alone. Here's the deal.
What?
Yeah, high quality, all right? None of this cheapy stuff. Shutterstock.com, you're going to find the perfect image or video for your next creative project. Whether it's a website, a publication, an advertisement, a video, or any other type of project, you can choose from over 1 million high-quality stock video clips, 2D or 3D animation, and motion graphics. There's nothing they don't have, Brian.
What about something for the Diamond Club? Do they have an awesome high-definition diamond rotating through 3D graphics?
Dude, shine bright like a diamond. That's what they say. Well, when it comes to that, because they got exactly what you need at the price you can afford. Flexible pricing. You can choose between individual clips or video packs. You can download clips in HD or by standard definition or web formats. So they give you what you want in the format you need it. There's nothing that Shutterstock can't provide to you. Here's the deal.
Yeah.
You can try Shutterstock today by signing up for a free account. No credit card needed. Just begin using Shutterstock to help imagine what your next project could be like and save video selections to your clip box. Once you decide to purchase, use offer code NSFW8 and new accounts will receive 30% off any package. That's Shutterstock.com. And for 30% off new accounts, use offer code NSFW8. And of course, we thank Shutterstock for being the best ever and sponsoring the show, NSFW show.
That was good. It was a good save. You almost accidentally said the name of the actual show that you were on, then realized that it was the right thing to say on the show, and so ran with it. It was very smooth. I don't think anyone noticed.
Brian?
Yes, sir? Hey, Justin, I'm sorry. I know you have a whole bit planned, but I just signed up for a new social media service, and I'm just in love with it. I want to tell you all about it. Have you played around with the Snapchat yet?
Wait, hold on. Snapchat?
Yeah, no, Snapchat. It's the place where your boner belongs. I believe that's the quote they put under. That's the subtitle. Snapchat.
If your boner were on Snapchat, it'd be home by now.
And by home, I mean like
the home screen of the person that you just sent a boner pic.
All right, now explain to me. You got me to sign up for Snapchat. And,
I had an idea for a game, and we'll explain it in a second. But Snapchat, for those of you who don't know, is the way du jour to send pictures. A lot of the kids are into it, and the basic premise is you take a picture, you select exactly who you want to send it to. It's not like you don't publicly post it like you would on Twitter or Facebook. You send it like to people, kind of like a text message. You can write on it, like text on it, or draw things on it, and then you set from 1 to 10 seconds how long you want them to be able to view that particular photo or video. And once that time is over, it's gone forever.
Does that mean that in all of Snapchat, there's not a single way to set it like, no, I want you to have this forever. I think it's a really good photo.
No, that's a text message, and it's not what you use Snapchat for.
Yes, and the problem, and we all are familiar with the problems of sending mass texts.
But
you get in trouble for who you did and didn't send it to. Not a problem with Snapchat.
I feel like Brian's now just trying to cue us to go back into the mass text song. Like he's like, listen, I wanted to end the show right there.
Maybe, like just do the mass text video, but then also be taking photos of your balls at the same time. Why are you not getting?
Why not get your Snapchat?
Yeah, can you mass Snapchat? Right, there must be.
So no.
You can
Select like everybody in your.
Can you just? There's not a button where you can say.
Okay,
here's the
awesome. What you do is you're like, why did I get your Snapchat? I saw your ass crack.
Yeah, I saw your ball sack. There's so many things that remind.
Why did I get your Snapchat? I saw your ball crack.
That's awesome.
Yeah, ball crack.
Yeah. That's,
you gotta invent new words. The kids love it.
When you get older, like Justin and I, the ball crack sets in.
Ball crack. I feel like now we should go into like a medical commercial. Hi, friends. It's Justin Robert Young from NSFW show, and if you're like me, ball crack is a major issue.
Okay, but you had an idea for a game, and first of all, now I guess when I hear this, it sounds to me if we could very briefly set aside from NSFW, like I'm fascinated by this idea because essentially they're trying to sell sanitized sexting of sorts, right? But there's no way this can work, right? As we talked beforehand,
it is currently working. So like there is a fan base for it that is not as they would say in our demographic.
But you
It is
cannot
younger
tell me
kids.
that the clever like computer science gnomes are not like actively right now writing an app that allows you to capture those that
Sure.
adds on it and it allows you to capture the image. So
all
someone's
right.
like, yeah, I sent you a picture of of my boobs, and then all of a sudden you're like, I got it, thank you.
So I mean,
forever.
I think it's not that it is perfect. It is that it is not as imperfect as the way that people would do it now.
Sure.
it's that
It's not guaranteed.
what's the phrase when it's like you put up a curtain and everyone can see through it, but we all pretend the curtain is there. I can't remember.
Your
Whatever.
bar mitzvah.
Yeah, no, it's like my bar mitzvah is what I'm trying to say. It's completely imaginary and it never quite happens.
So anyway, I had an idea because I've been playing this game on Twitter where I give out my Snapchat and then I describe all of the things that get sent to me whenever I put it out. I tweet it out publicly. So I say, everybody text me or Snapchat me the weirdest things that you that are around you, and I'll describe it. And so you'll just get like for the next half hour, it's just me saying like a bloody child's toy, like a penis, a picture of Barack Obama. Like it's just these random things. So I had an idea that we could play a little heads up war between me and Brian, where we each go through and maybe like because we wound up getting a ton of these. Like maybe we each like look at 3, and then like on the third one we match it up against each other and we see who.
I'll tell you what. Now here's the one, and you and I had a discussion beforehand that there are certain things that the point of the game, as you described it, was that we would describe things that are very, very weird. And I kept wishing, like upstream, I kept wishing there was a way to show people what we're describing so they could get the dual reality of how we're trying to sanitize the outrageous stuff we were going to see. Somebody just sent me, not over Snapchat, but they sent me this photo of Tay Allen, who it makes me wish that we could do this because, for example, we're seeing here Tay Allen as Johnny Cash standing in her high school locker.
I thought that was just her without her makeup.
Oh! Shots fired! Oh no!
All right. Well, look, I'm ready to go. Now, how are we going to pick winners on this? We got to figure out a way to pick winners and losers.
Mike TV is going to be our ref.
Okay.
And I do want to say that the judge is swayed by monetary, I'm like that. Yeah, I can't.
How about everybody go and buy the new Get Set Go record? It's called Tumors. Where can people buy that?
We just set up a Square, the Square Market thing. Just go to squareup.com and search Square Tire Records, and it's available there. It's only available for a few days though, so like we're anyway. I'll explain.
So there we go.
Yeah.
So search, but if you search Get Set Go Tumors, you'll probably be able to find it on Google.
Can we call this? We haven't come up with a name for this game, but can we call it Oh Snap?
Oh Snap! There we go. So all right, here. So Brian, we'll each go from the top. We'll draw 2. Those are discarded, and then the third we match up against each other. So that way we're looking at more of them because we wound up getting 1 billion of these.
Okay, so you're saying you get to pick your best of the 3 that you got.
No, I say
right?
that 2 you discard. You're at it's like war, where you go like 1, 2, and then the third one you match up against the person.
Okay, but do we describe the ones that we're not doing?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, here I've got a lot of Snapchats here.
So do I.
Okay.
I'm swimming in Snapchats.
I'm not going to show. I'll tell you what. I'm going to go in reverse order. I'll start with my latest. I'm pressing and holding a view. Oh my God. Damn it. Bald ass male pattern baldness chick goth 1980s. That's it's gone.
We got a little bit of it.
All right. I have hairy man nipple, and it's an innie.
Okay. All right. I didn't know that could happen. All right. So I've got. Let's see. Looks like three, The Da Vinci Code, Harry Potter, and The Shining. 3 very fine books that everyone has.
Okay. I have a Snapchat boner. It says just written down 8 equals D. All right, now Brian, this is your O snap. This is
my
this
first
is what
O snap.
we are going.
Okay, so this is the
This one I
this
will
is for
not-
real. So,
okay. All right, so prepare myself. Yeah, all right.
Okay. Wow.
I'm not gonna
go
look.
with-
I'm gonna just go on description.
Okay, you go on description. I may show a peek to the audience if it feels right. Wiki 1980 sent me, oh my God, cayenne pepper and a note that says, "Thanks, Obama."
all right.
It is. I would like to point out that it is a handwritten, actual Post-it note. Whoever did this took the time to set an empty thing of cayenne pepper on its side and to write handwritten "Thanks, Obama"
Awesome.
on the note attached to it.
All right, here we go. And I'm going to pick mine. Although, man, these are loading so fast. Oh, man, it's just an empty plastic jar that says Ruin'em on it. Available still at ruin'em.com, by the way.
Ruin'em.com.
All right, Mike, I feel like this one's a no-brainer.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna go for the Obama one.
Yeah, so that's 1 for me. That's 1 point for the good guys. What's my sound? There we go. Okay.
All right, so, Bri, you go first.
All right, I'll go first. My first throwaway is nothing with the text penis typed over it. It just says the word penis. That's my first throwaway. My
right.
second.
Here,
all right,
here's
go ahead.
my first one. It is loading.
And you're brave, dude.
This is just a face that says, "I bet you get a lot of spam."
Man, I'm impressed that you would have it live as you press it. Like I'm pressing it and then looking, but that's fine. PD Rave sends me, wow, his nipple almost licking it. Ah, damn it, I missed it. I didn't get it. I feel like I want to recreate it, but it was this close. Like that close to his hairy. God damn it. I wanted to. All right, so it's
all
done.
right.
Done.
Here we go. This is. Oh wait, no, I want this one. Druggy Fresh.
Druggy Fresh. What you got?
Just says the sky is like a giant titty and the moon is the nip. It's just a picture of the night sky.
Dude, I am so disappointed that was not your
That's
answer.
a discard.
yeah.
This is what happens when you play O Snap. Sometimes your heavy hitters come out in the discard.
Yeah.
All right, I am going with Theater Monkey. Mike TV, please look away. Here it comes.
Yep.
Theater Monkey sends me, son of a bitch, Albino Pope with a Game Boy. It's Albino Pope with a Game Boy. That's the best I can make heads or tails of what I just saw.
All right, and here we go. This is loading. What looks to be a bro in a Hartford Whalers hat, a jacket, and no shirt with a very artsy scarf.
Really?
Yes.
And what makes him
So
a
you
bro?
have
Okay.
because he has glasses. He had glasses on, like kind of novelty with like the whole face was checkered. And he looked very, very bro-ish in a Hartford Whalers hat. It was a New England bro.
This one's tough.
So albino Pope with a Game Boy.
Yeah.
I don't envy your position, Mike.
Or
What's that?
or New England Whaler gay bro.
Is it the Pope bro or the gay bro?
You know, I think I'm gonna have to go for the Pope.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
Sorry, Justin, but yeah, Pope. I mean, well, most of it is albino Pope. For the Game
I
Boy.
honestly. All right. I'll tell you what. Now we're in the second round. Second round points are doubled, so you have a
Okay.
chance to come
All
back,
right.
Justin.
Good.
All right.
Do you like the way I just made up that rule so that you have a chance to come back?
Hey, all right.
Okay. All right. This one is from Fatty McBuddha, and it is a one-eyed lemur monkey thing. The hell am I looking at? What was that? What just happened?
All right. This one comes from Smithland. It's a Food Lion steak that looks like a vagina.
Is it a?
Oh yeah, it does. Wow, awesome.
You can't show it. They're not showing it. He's not cutting over.
Prime
I
cut.
wanted to see it. Ah, damn it. All right, fine. This one is a dude. I don't know if you saw him over your left. It was a dude with his chest pulled up over his hairy belly, and in his mouth was spread wide enough that a full can of Orange Crush sat between his incisors. It was amazing,
dude. That's a rough one to hit the discard.
Yeah.
Here we go. This one. Picture of an old-timey family with a patriarch that looks shocking like me with my gigantic beard and my 8 Filipino children.
Okay, this is it. This is now.
This is your snap. This is your snap.
I'm gonna go. I got to choose between Christoph Herja and Sweet Squirts. Sweet Squirts. I'm gonna go with Sweet Squirts. All right, sweet. Oh Jesus, that's definitely a vagina. So a vagina. That's mine. It looked. This is. I didn't see any hair. I wish I had. That would make me feel more comfortable with what just happened on my phone. I wish it was a vagina. I wish was hairier. That's my official description.
Fair comment. All right. And this is just the Diamond Club, our book that just has written on it penis and vagina. Brian, you're killing me in snap here.
No, okay, but here's the thing, and this is what Mike needs to realize is an actual vagina. There's discursive, and then there's the sublime, the artistic interpretation thereof. I feel like we have the base and the intellectual here at odds.
Yeah, and as a lover of vagina. It's a tough one.
And by the way, when I said I wish there was more hair on that vagina, I think what I meant to say was I wish there was any hair or any indication that it was over the age of 18.
Oh, really?
Brian, it's only getting weirder that you're stuck on this point.
I'm uncomfortable with.
And we're uncomfortable by how much you're talking about it.
The more you describe it, the further.
Snapchat's legal, and nobody's in trouble for even having it here, right? Like they're not being federally indicted or anything at the moment.
Not until now.
No, because it was actually a 13-year-old girl that's a fan that just sent you a shot. No.
God damn, that's my worst nightmare.
Then why are you talking about it? Nobody saw it but you. You're the only one who's bragging about this underage vagina that you've seen.
Okay, apparently bragging is what you hear, not what I'm meaning to say, but I understand. That's fine.
Look at me. I'm Brian Brushwood. You wouldn't believe the age on the vagina I saw.
Unfortunately, thank goodness there's no evidence.
That's what that was in Brian's brain. This is inner monologue when he saw that.
All right, Mike, please let me off the hook here.
Yeah,
who wins?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the abstract over the real on this one.
Oh!
It's a yes from me.
Whoa!
Woo!
All right, Brian. I feel like it's rapid fire.
Okay, so
let's just go back and forth like Run DMC. We're not going to show them. We just go back and forth, okay?
Okay, here we go. Wiki 198 sent me the cover of Get Set Go's Fury of Your Lonely Heart.
Okay, butt cheeks.
Oh, FLS Connors sent me. Oh my God, I want to show this. Damn it, I missed it. It was a naked dude covering his junk.
I saw a Photoshop of R.L. Stein with a joint hanging out of his mouth and he's saying blunts, bitch.
Somebody sent me an episode of How It's Made in which they're showing the construction on a house, and you can plainly see graffiti of crudely drawn male butt, complete with the butthole showing.
A big brown stain that says "whoops."
Snowshoe sends me her pictures on her feet, so there's your toe shot for you. Ah, I showed it. Sorry, shouldn't have done that.
It's a monkey screwing a little finger puppet that says "Don't do drugs."
Oh, sweet Jesus. I don't even know what this is. I'm totally showing it. I don't have words.
Oh, what was that?
All right,
don't
now,
know.
Bri, this is the video challenge.
Okay.
You have to show. I'll show a video, and then you show a video, and we're gonna judge this one.
Okay, okay.
All right,
Okay.
so I'm gonna try. I'm gonna hold this one up to the microphone.
All right.
How does? Oh, here we. Yeah.
I'm not sure why Allison Gertz's name is on the screen, but that's awesome.
All right. Here we go. This is from.
You showed it
What do you
live?
guys-
This is from Beef Viper. Oh,
Is it
loading?
Is it playing?
Apparently, when you have a billion come in, they have to load. Oh, it's just a video of what looks like either a hairy arm or a butt, or like a two-toned butt. Like one butt cheek is black and the other's white.
Man, that's tough.
Ebony and ivory.
Combined into
Live
one.
together as two separate butt cheeks. Side by side on my ass crack. Ghetto keyboard. Why can't we? All right. Well, how did you know it was a movie?
Purple. Purple boxes are the movie.
Well, I got one from Beef Viper. Should I show it?
No, that's the one I showed. I showed a Beef Viper one. So pick anybody with
okay.
Beef Viper.
Well, then I'll show a video from Waffle Up. Oh, Jesus. And it's Daft Punk naked is all I can describe that as.
So
a naked-
ebony and ivory butt or a Daft Punk naked.
Can I get a little bit more description on why Daft Punk?
Well, okay. I mean, he's got the motorcycle helmet on, but it's like this is if I may, it's not for me to try to describe the intention of the artist. I feel like the artist should really stand on its own. But in this case, I was really struck by a vision of 2023 when the artists who are Daft Punk, long after they expose their identities and their faces are well known, maybe they let their body kind of deteriorate a little bit, looking, a little 44-ish, and stop shaving everything. And then for one brief moment, Motorcycle Head, who I believe is the name of one of the guys in Daft Punk, just wants to relive his glory days. Somebody, young fan, wants to be like, oh, MG, are you the guy from Daft Punk? He's like, I am. You're like, prove it. I need to see a photo of you in a helmet. And so he does, and this is what shows up on Reddit the next day. That's where I'm at.
Okay.
And mine was butt cheeks, but one was like
Yeah,
a white guy's
and
butt, and another was a black guy's butt.
And they
but
weren't,
it was
they
one
weren't
cheek.
the same. They weren't the same butt.
No, it was the same. It was
It was
like
the same butt.
It was just like from the crack, like it was like a close up on the crack.
Wow.
And as if it were a map,
Yeah.
eastward would be black cheek, westward would be white cheek.
Yeah.
By the way, apparently it's a trend now. Everybody's grabbing their motorcycle helmets.
Are
and
you
taking
certain
photos
that
of it
it's
to me.
not actually the same guy, like the same?
It may be.
Inconclusive.
This is a really tough one because but I'm gonna go with the butts.
Wow.
I like.
Hey, where are the white women at?
There we go. Brian, you want to know, we had a lot of fun with anonymous pictures sent to us over the internet, but not all the internet is anonymous.
I don't know what you're talking about. As far as I know, I get online, I do whatever I want. There's no repercussions, and nobody can tell where I'm going, who I am. Listen, man, I came up with the anonymous handle BonerDude877. Nobody knows that's me. I mean, until now. I guess now they could go back and discover all my stuff. But even then, they can't prove it's me. It's not like my every move is being tracked. There's no governmental agency that's recently come to light has been tracking our every move. It's not like I need 512-bit encryption at all times, whether I'm at a coffee shop or on a hotel Wi-Fi or downloading stuff that's none of anyone else's business. I don't worry about none of that.
Well, you're wrong. All of it.
What?
All of it is true. You do need 512-bit encryption because ProXPN is here to take care of all your troubles. There is, in fact, a NSA program that is watching everything that you do. And it's not even just those folks. Other ne'er-do-wells are snooping all up in your beeswax. ProXPN is a global VPN that works with almost any internet connection. It creates a secure encrypted tunnel through which all of your online data passes back and forth. Any online application can work with ProXPN, including your web browser, email, file sharing, and instant messaging programs. Brian, ProXPN keeps everything you do online hidden from prying eyes. They're watching you, watching your every move.
I'm sorry. This is I don't normally interrupt your fantastic ad reads, but I feel like in this case you're sitting right next to one of the most fabulous musicians on the planet. I just heard him pick up his guitar and accidentally drop a G string, which might mean he took off a G string. but
Tell you what, it's getting hot in here, Bri.
Just give me.
You're going to be
Mike,
dropping G strings in excitement with ProXPN's legendary customer service and support.
Mike, all I'm asking is give me just a chord and what you love about ProXPN.
512 encryption bit tunnel. Hooray.
Yeah!
There we go. I'll tell you what, Brian.
512 encryption bit tunnel. Did I say? Anyway, no, I can keep going. I just like the tunnel and 512
Go.
bits
Just
of
keep
tunnel.
going. Just keep reading all the bullet points.
Okay. All right. Let me see. It's I think I'm a little bit out of tune, but works via OpenVPN or PPTP. You choose. Protect yourself against your ISP 6 strikes rule. You choose. Keep your personal internet usage private at work. Bypass internet filtering and blocked websites. You choose.
You choose.
There we go. All right, ProXPN.com/twit for more information to sign up. ProXPN premium accounts normally are $9.95 a month or $74.95 an entire year. And again, man, tell you what, you skin flints, that'd be worth it. But because we're cool, we're going to cut you in on a little deal. We got a special offer. Use code NSFW to receive 20% off the lifetime of your account. That's less than $5 a month on the yearly plan. If you're not satisfied, you can cancel within 7 days for a full refund. Go to proxpn.com/twit. Sign up with the code NSFW. And we thank ProXPN for their support of NSFW. Let's get one more riff.
You choose.
Yeah! Huzzah!
ProXPN.
Go!
And
Plus,
also,
Robert Young.
Brian, better than the blanket.
I don't know, dude. I think they dropped that. I think it's now you choose. I'm pretty sure that's their new slogan. You choose. If you want a blanket or something awesome. Hey, man, look, Justin, around last night, around 3 a.m., when we were still up planning this episode,
Yes.
around our fourth or
Burning
fifth
the midnight
draft,
oil.
around our fourth or fifth draft, we came up with this idea. It's like, what are we going to do for the third bit? And I remember I was the one that was like, why don't we do pass, play, ass play? And you're like, that's a terrible idea. And you're like, why don't we
Hold on, Brian. I'm sorry. I think this bit changed names from the last time we talked about it. What was the name of this bit again?
Well, I mean, it was only half baked, but like pass, play, ass play.
Pass, play, ass play.
Pass, play,
Right.
ass play.
Pass, play. Like you could either. It was Family Feud meets gay football was the way I pitched it to you. And then
Makes
and
sense.
you were like, how about we not do that? How about our third segment? We let legendary superstar Mike TV sort of take things around. And so I think you were right, and I'm sorry that even I was still pushing for that
Let's
so late
just
in the
do
game.
one round of pass, play, ass play, though, just to give a little taste for everybody of what we were going to do. We won't
Sure,
do the whole
okay.
thing. Let's just do one round.
Sure. Okay. Justin, as we discussed,
Yeah.
I need you to either pass or play on the following subject. 100 people were interviewed. Name something that's currently within 3 inches of your anus.
The The fingers of a guitarist.
Double complete rainbow.
Commitment to the bit for the win. Listen, unfortunately, Justin, you don't remember the whole bit was you either needed to pass or play, with that being the subject.
Oh, play.
You instead just gave an answer. Yeah, clearly it was play.
But that's why we're not going to do this bit.
It's why it wasn't the best idea. Not my best idea.
No.
So thank goodness.
What happened if you picked ass play?
It was pass/play.
Yeah.
But all of the questions
would
all
be
of the family
ass play related.
Oh, I see.
Exactly.
I see.
That's see. I thought I explained all this in our very long extended writing session last night.
We were up late talking about our feelings.
As the chat room points out, thank God that bit didn't happen, and instead we're gonna talk to Mike TV.
Mike, I think like we wound up going back and forth on Twitter because you put out a thing, a blog post about, what did you say, 2 months ago? That was like, it was almost, I'm going to call it despondent. Would I be wrong to call it despondent?
It was the band. We had just finished our 6th record, and Eric, whom I love, and who is also a huge fan of the show, and might be actually watching right now. So Eric, I'm sorry for outing you, but like he had been kind of going through some struggles of his own, just kind of his frustrations with music. He's played in a bunch of albums for some awesome people, and just we were all kind of feeling like we weren't getting a lot of traction. We were coming up with some of the best stuff we've ever done. We've really felt like we've been sort of firing on all pistons creatively, and that we really weren't getting a lot of traction. And so, you know, and I was trying to sort of like figure out a way to re-engage our fans, and it was just, I was kind of at a point, at sort of a low point. And then,
and so summarize what you said in the blog post. Like, what was the gist of what you wrote? Because this is, again, to your fans. Your fans are the ones that are paying attention to your Twitter and your blog. Yeah. It was a message to them, and it was not like, it was like we quit, or why should we keep doing this?
Yeah, no, I've written so many of those. So
this is the last in a long list.
Yeah, no, well, it's really funny. So I'm not 100% certain the exact ideas I expressed, but I because again, like I have kind of reached out to. I've been doing a lot of soul searching over the past couple months. And I basically it was. You know, should we even be doing this? Like, you know, I love. This is the only thing that I've ever done in my life that brings me the kind of sad. I'm never happier than when I am when I've got a new song. I've completed a brand new song, and I can hear how it's going to sound when the whole band takes it. And I know Eric's going to just destroy, like, come up with some incredible parts. You know, like, and I get so excited. And then we go into the studio and we record it, and it's awesome. And I'm like, yes, this is going to be the greatest thing ever. And then we would release it, and it would just kind of thud, you know. And I would be like, you know.
Now, what is a thud to you? Like what? Define the difference between like great success and like crickets.
Well, and keep in mind, we're not judging. This is not in any way a judgment, but we all have our personal, like, different projects. Have different numbers that you associate with success and failure. You know, for example, here, you know, in NSFW,
like this
we have a certain
project
expectation.
is 69.
Sure, yeah. Well, you know, actually, it's like this. So, you know, I would put out a new. You know, we've got maybe like, all right. So when MySpace, I was all over MySpace, and I helped shepherd us. We had 50,000 fans or friends at one point in time, and like I was all over that. When everybody migrated to Facebook, it was sort of demoralizing for me, and so I didn't put nearly as much time and effort into building our Facebook thing. But we've got like 2 or 3. We've got a personal Facebook page where Get Set Go is actually a person, and then we've got a band page.
The band page, yeah.
And they're both, and between them both, there's probably about 3,000 people. There might be some overlap, and so when Tumors
that's ridiculous. Hold on, that's so offensive, and I never do this for reals. I always just say I'm going to Facebook and following you right now. But this is literally the sound of me going to Facebook right now. Keep going.
Yeah. And so that's totally fine because I really didn't put in a lot of effort, but I knew that those 1,500 people or 3,000 people, like they were people that actively sought us out. So I knew that they were they actively found us.
They were like, whenever you post something new, they're like, awesome, get that, go post it, something.
And that's exactly what I thought. And so I said, I'm like, hey, Tumors is out. We're getting ready to release it, and I posted that, and it got maybe like 10 likes.
Yeah.
And it was at that point in time that I realized I'm like, even the people that have actively pursued us, like I don't know how to engage them,
excite them.
Or how I'm not even certain it's ending up in their feed, and I don't know enough about Facebook to So anyway, so long story short, it was a really frustrating point in time where I realized that I had a lot of work to do to re-engage, because just recently a friend of mine was he was in Tucson. I've told this story because this is the most recent of these awesome things, but a friend of mine is in Tucson, and a friend of his from Indiana comes out and visits, and they're hanging out. And the subject of Get Set Go comes up, and she's a huge fan of Get Set Go.
Yeah,
he doesn't know this.
Sure.
He doesn't know that she's so they end up talking a lot and talking about their love of Get Set Go. And so I realized that there's a lot of people that might be fans of the band that have just kind of fallen out of our orbit. And so I just need to figure out a way to reconnect with them and re-engage with them and be like, hey guys, we still have some awesome stuff and we're still doing the kind of music that you love. And so once I figured that out, and I realized that we still do have people that are very actively following the band, I think I can leverage it. Anyway, so yeah. I've got a game plan, but it really
that was a valley.
Oh yeah, it really was. It was the thing is, because I'm pretty much broke. The thing is, I spent all my money on getting these albums. Like we've released 3 full-length records and 2 EPs since 2011.
Yeah.
We are firing on all pistons. We are generating so much music, and it's all awesome, and I love it. And so anyway, so the thing is and I just apparently I'm a spendaholic when it comes to recording music. So
let's just say music making great, budgeting not
terrible,
so delightful for Mike TV and Get Set Go.
And it really was. I mean, the thing is, and actually, I think we would have been doing fine, but with internet distribution, it's awesome that I can actually get our music from my computer directly onto your computer with very little in between. But the thing is even dealing with iTunes and Amazon and all those, the thing is that you're making about 50%, 50 cents on every dollar, and so the thing is so when you're dealing with,
and it gets even worse where it's you've got the casual fans who stream your music. It's if you look at some of the infographics that say what artists get paid for streaming their music, for a long time I was using Mog instead of buying albums. I would be like, well, I just got Mog, and then now I have all the albums. But then, to be honest, I let my subscription lapse, partly because I was using Mog to access essentially 4 albums, and they were all independent artists. And I knew that the independent artist wasn't getting any money. It was Professor Elemental, just people that from the internet. Yeah. And then all of a sudden you're just what am I doing? I'm being part of the problem by doing it.
And and it's really funny because I do I appreciate, because we still get thousands of streams every month, and I do see a record of that, and so I'm glad that we are still participants on Spotify and things of that nature, because I know that people that would never actually pay attention to us.
If you just want to sample stuff, because I'm on RDO, and RDO's great for listening to records that I would never ever listen to, but I feel as a fan of music, I would even for albums where it's artists that I don't think are good. Yeah. I hear what I've heard of them, I don't like. I'm you know what? I want to be an informed hater. Yeah. I want to know, I want to listen to their work and be nope, checked. It sucks.
And now I have the reasons why. Yeah.
And on the other side, it's oh, well, I heard that one thing. It's you had the song that popped on Grey's Anatomy. Yeah. Right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, a ton of them.
It went huge. It's oh, well, I dig that one thing. Oh, well, maybe you'll sample their other records on these services.
And that, in fact, that's, just to...
But it pays you 4 dusty pennies.
Yeah, no, that's we take it in the poop shoot. The thing is, it is we can get 6, 7, 8,000 plays from say Spotify, and it's $50, $30. And so it's okay. I mean, they're not but so rather than trying to fight it, what we decided, because for me, the biggest heartbreak was the day after Fury came out, and you guys, I mean, obviously, you guys were instrumental in helping us get Fury to actually into people's hands. And And the day after Fury actually hit stores, it was available on torrent sites. Like you could just download it for free.
Yeah.
Where it was literally like you would search Fury of Your Lonely Heart, and it would be I think it was all torrent sites at first, and then eventually Amazon and everything else. So so the thing is like so it's that kind of thing.
Can you bring us into your gut reaction
to that? Oh, to that kind of thing.
To that screen. Just describe what goes through your mind when you just Google Fury of Your Lonely Heart and that's what comes up.
Really, it's very funny. For me, I was like, because I'm now very cynical. I did not start off as a cynical person, but I'm now very cynical. So I'm like, oh, of course. Like that was I just reached out to Eric and I'm like, dude, go search Fury of Your Lonely Heart on Google.
Do you feel like resentful to the fans that put it there, or because they like the music, they want to spread it?
And it's really funny because we actually have a fan from Brazil that she couldn't buy. She's now in the States. She's going to school here. She couldn't buy her albums in Brazil, and so there's nowhere she played. So she torrented them, and then when she saw us live, she bought all the albums that she had downloaded.
Yeah.
So I totally get it, and I totally understand. And so to a certain degree, like the torrent sites make sense because if that's the only way you can get them. But the thing is, it is for people like us that the A are not super business savvy and B, like it is very slowly suffocating me. Like I am, my bandmates have day jobs, and they're able to survive. But the thing is like I am like this is how I make my living, and unless I get a new license from Grey's Anatomy, all of a sudden I'm, which is basically what was keeping me alive, but. I want a family. I want to fall in love and be able to like sustain my life. And that is
and
really
that's
tough.
Hard being the internet musician.
Yeah. And so anyway, so the thing is like, but I do have a game plan. And so I'm trying to re-engage with everybody. Like on our getsetgomusic.com site, we've got a new mailing list. And I try to send, I don't try to like overwhelm people, but I try to send a couple emails a week. Lately they've been kind of album related, but usually I try to do kind of silly stuff as well and just try to make them fun and what have you. But that's going to be the primary vehicle by which we actually access people. Is I'd prefer to do it via email, so that way if Facebook falls apart, if I build up Facebook and it's awesome, and then everybody migrates from Facebook to something else, I
mean, the key is you have to be on the leading edge there. Go ahead, Brian.
I mean, there are certain. It's unfair that. Okay, there are many things that are delightful about the way the internet has broken the previous paradigm, because the previous paradigm involved, a platinum selling album essentially getting $50,000 to the artist by the time it was over. And there were problems with the previous paradigm. However, it's a bummer that the new paradigm requires every musician whose one sole job, the one thing he wants to do is to make beautiful music, unfortunately needs to learn how to essentially be a low-grade salesman and keep a list of contacts around to hawk his latest BS as he goes forward. And I mean, that's a bummer, and I don't know what the answer is, but I do know that a lot of people think that the problem is solved now for music, and now we're just wrestling with it with video. And the problem's not solved for music. It's solved in that we're not seeing the lawsuits that we're seeing before, but insofar as that it's solved, I worked with a special effects artist a couple like 4 days ago who for 15 years has done high-end, awesome latex, amazing latex and silicone special effects stuff. His bread and butter for 10 years was music videos. And then all of a sudden, music videos just went away, at least as he knew them, as Hollywood productions.
Well, and even like the big, I mean, because can you say who? I mean, he did an iconic piece of music work.
In fact, here's what I can say about it. Ryan Connolly of Film Riot is working on a very high production project. He's asked me to be coy on the plot details, but it will be extraordinarily well produced, well directed. He's bringing in some of the finest talent on, from Hollywood, and in this case, it's a Hollywood visual effects artist named Ralis Khan, who he's the guy on that who made the
mechanical animals suit for Marilyn Manson.
Oh wow!
So that's like the album cover, and it was in I forget what the lead was. The lead single Mechanical Animals, or anyway.
Whatever it is, but the point is, like, and he told me these amazing stories of how, like, first they made it with 6 breasts, but Marilyn didn't like it because it made it look fat. And then he said they made the new one that they all loved but then the label freaked out because there was nipples on it, and then finally they made this compromise one with the ambiguous sexual organs, of both genders on there. But it's amazing that this guy,
Dope Show is the song.
supremely talented, had to reinvent himself and find a new home, and is now actively looking for movies that hit the right kind of budget where they're not so big that they're not interested in his talents, or or so small that they can't afford him. It's amazing. Oh, I just got a text from Chinbeard, your friend of mine, who says, you got to work with Relish? Jealous. It was amazing. I'll tell you that much right now. But the point is that part of this nature, part of the nature of this upheaval that we're seeing is that a lot of stuff is getting disturbed, and it bums me out that independent artists like you, Mike, have to take on roles that at least before you had the illusion of handing off to someone else. And now it's clear that even though that was BS before, you now really know you have to do it yourself.
Yeah. And yeah, the thing is there's, it actually would, if I could trust, it'd be awesome if I could find somebody I could hire and be like, hey man, I'll give you, if you can generate revenue, I'll give you 30% of our gross, as long as there's revenue being generated. But the thing is that like that, it doesn't, like every person I've ever met is like, I know there's been a lot of people like, hey, I will manage you. They are shysters. So
hold on, Mike.
Yeah.
Brian, play the song.
What?
Which one? Wait, did somebody do the,
Yeah.
I'm doing it on faith. What did he say?
Drop the F-bomb.
Oh, did I?
A little bit.
Oh,
What?
oh no.
What? Oh,
Did I?
Mike TV. Curse
Oh.
on NSFW. Woo!
Oh,
You
no.
choose.
Woo! You choose the curse word.
Yeah.
Sorry, dude, I missed that.
No,
but-
yeah.
So here's what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Mike is I was kind of skirting all around this. We ended up on the side jack, but I thought that the issue was resolved, and now I was doing the right thing because I had a subscription service like Mog. Can I? I'm going to go to confession right now. I had Mog for a year before I canceled it. This is all I bothered to favorite. Half of these are my kids. Kids Bop 19. I did favorite the Daft Punk Get Lucky. Gangnam Style was my daughter. Freaking Professor Elemental, 2 albums, and then and Perry Grip, another independent artist, and then Beastie Boys and Foo Fighters. I spent $120 last year so that I could have access to those 5 albums, and the people who needed the money the most didn't get it, and I feel freaking terrible about that.
Yeah.
And it just
to be
people don't
fair
know this.
to you,
People
Brian,
people don't know.
Gadawag, your assistant, Butcher Brandt, says, to be fair, Kids Bop 19 is a postmodern masterpiece. So pump your brakes, hater.
But my point is that it's important for everybody hearing this. If there's something you love, and I want you to trace back how you paid for it and whether you would pay for it again full price. If you would, figure out a way to give that money directly to the artist, because it means the world. As somebody who had a sweet gig touring and is trying to give that up in order to create content full time, now more than ever do I understand the plight of beautifully talented magicians like Mike TV, or musicians like Mike TV. I am embarrassed that it took so long for me to see it from this point of view. But now that I do, I just want everybody to give you all their money that they have. Mike.
Yeah, no, it's really funny because that's the thing is that like I'm not. Like money is not a motivator for me at all, except for when I can't pay my pay my actual bills. The thing is
paying rent
as long as
is a strong motivator.
And it's crazy because I live in a little tiny, like I have stripped down my expenses to the point where I pretty much don't have to, like, it's like I can fall out of bed and make enough money to pay my bills. That's what I thought, but it turns out that's not the case. But
you just were rolling out of bed. I broke my ankle trying to fall out of bed and make enough money.
I spent a few weeks just just mangled, but the thing is that like, but yeah, you're right. So what we've done is like that's why we're working with the Square site now and just selling them direct, is because we're dealing with small enough margins now where if I sell 100 albums today, that's $1,000 in my pocket that I can then spend on food or the next record or whatever, as opposed to, $500, that comes, like I was getting tired of financing iTunes and Amazon and everybody else, before we actually made any money. But the thing is that like, that's not like, in fact, what we're doing for all the people that supported us over these past few sales is we're generating an EP that we're just going to give to them for free for just like saying thank you. So it's not like, I'm not motivated by the money at all. But the thing is, but at some point in time, you're like,
are you guys up on Bandcamp?
No.
People keep yelling about Bandcamp.
Yeah. The thing is, we've kind of stayed away from. All right, so I don't know a whole bunch about Bandcamp. I when they first started up. So anyway, I don't go and do a lot of investigation on these kind of things. The reason why we had Square is because I was using it to sell albums online because they have the little credit card reader, and then it turned out that they had a way that people could order online, and I could just send it to them, and I'm like, all right, I'll do that. So the thing is like so I'll definitely investigate Bandcamp, but yeah, thanks guys, but so there might even be a service that's awesome. I just, I like.
Well, how about this?
Yeah.
Everybody, Google Get Set Go and buy all the Square. I guess you get the biggest cut off Square.
Yeah,
as far as you know now?
Let me ask one thing really, really fast here. Do you guys have, because I totally hear you on the frustration of you built up an empire on MySpace and then MySpace abdicated the throne to Facebook and you felt like you wasted your time. I'm assuming that through your service, anybody who buys the album, you have their email address, right? And as I understand it, email addresses are what really matters, because once somebody buys something from you and you have their email address, especially if they opt in. And by the way, if you like an independent artist or you like a small business, opt in, because it matters the world to these guys, because they now forever have a direct way to remind you that they exist. Whether or not you like Twitter, Facebook, or whatever the new hotness is. Like, you guys send out email updates? I get your updates from the Kickstarter that we supported back in the day.
Yeah. In fact, I just put together a new on the getsetgomusic.com site a new place where you can actually sign up for our mailing list. I'm using MailChimp, but I always migrate that email list because I don't want to be. After learning a lesson from MySpace, I never want to be dependent on another website, and because who knows how long they're going to remain in vogue. And so I just want to be able to like reach out to our fans, and and the thing is like, and I'm in the process of putting together a whole new strategy where I basically just re-engage the fans we're working with, including regional tours, where we'll be just doing like little house shows as well as nightclub shows. So if it's a fan with like 10 friends that like the band and they're in some town where there's no nightclub, I'll just roll out and play, in their backyard. And so the thing is like, and so that kind of thing, so I'm trying to like figure out ways to re-engage the fan base and be like, hey, we're here.
Here's the most beautiful thing though. And with all this disruption, what is broken down is the idea of the artist as somebody that's not the fan, like this. And partly that is not an appealing position because we all love to be the rock star, right?
Yeah,
you love to be the demigod that rolls in and like, oh, you radiate light because creativity flows through you. But now, even listen, talks like this and getting to know people, now it's like, oh, like this is like not paying my friend who's making music as opposed to not paying this not real person. So if on one hand, you guys, there's a frustration on where you're talking to fans and whether or not the platform is ever going to be there, and then there's watching the sea change and wash away all this momentum like a sandcastle. But on the other hand, you're always going to be out there. You're always going to be able to kind of connect on a more honest level, and that hopefully for people that are, fun and play along and engage with your fans, that's always going to put you guys ahead of people who don't want to do that. So,
yeah.
So go ahead.
Well, and I guess that's what's really depressing to me to hear, is because there are a number of artists who do very well financially, who are very present out there, who lack 10% of the ability to connect with the audience that Mike and Get Set Go does. And to hear that they're having difficulty really bums me out. And it really, like, it makes me feel morally bad for paying for a streaming service and feeling like I'd paid at the office. You know what I mean?
But it was sort of self-imposed. I mean, like we definitely made some bad choices in terms of the way that we managed. There was a point in time when there was a lot of activity. Like we were getting a lot of licenses, and there was a lot of interest in the band. And during that point in time, I didn't it really was that the MySpace to Facebook switch off was so like demoralizing to me. I'm like. I can't deal with the internet anymore. It drives me insane, because it really was. I would put 6 hours a day on MySpace. Like I would send out, I would respond to anybody that emailed us. So I'd spend all day responding, and then I'd send out a daily blog, which I know a lot of people actually found us became fans of the band because of the blog. Like they first liked the writing, and then so, and so I put a ton of effort in, and then when everybody migrated to Facebook, I was like. I can't rebuild
garbage.
this. I can't do it again. I've just put in too much effort. And so, but it was fine. I mean, I had to learn that lesson so that now I know, okay, I just need to find build a mailing list. I mean, I'm just a really slow learner apparently. And so, and that's, all right, that's cool. I'm working. But the good thing is I'm not despondent anymore. I have a plan of attack. We've got an awesome new record, and we are in the process of working on new stuff. And so, so it's going to be awesome.
Well, we love,
Well, and here's the other thing too: is there's a number of stories. It's a big difference between having, we'll quote your moment, and having 4 or 5 albums of back catalog versus having your moment and being totally unknown, where it's like you got the one thing that explodes, and everyone's like, "Well, what else you got?" And you're like, "Nothing." Like at least you guys have. You have a background, you have a committed fan base, you have people who have loved you for years, and obviously the talent of a decade of creating amazing, awesome crap, right?
Yeah. And that's the good thing is we definitely none of that's even the fan base. I mean, there are ostensibly tens of thousands of people that know Get Set Go, and if definitely there's over 100,000 people that at least own 1 or 2 of our songs. So the thing is that so there are people out there. So it's just a matter of us re-engaging them. And so me looking at it from that perspective, I'm like, all right, this is not that hard. And so we're gonna figure out ways to incentivize our friends and fans to reach out to their friends and fans that know Get Set. I'm just because I know that there are people that know Get Set Go that have just kind of lost touch. And so I'm gonna try to figure out ways to reconnect them.
We're still making music for you. Tell you what, one way you can re-engage your fans, Mike, is by calling every single one of them on the telephone. And a great way to do that would be to use ting.com. Yeah.
Is it okay?
Ting.com, okay?
Okay, now hold on. Now, Justin, I don't know if you just listened to Mike. Mike just said he doesn't like getting in bed with the platform because you always get caught up with all the crazy rules associated with that platform.
Yeah.
You don't know if it's going to be around, and then all of a sudden everyone goes to another platform. That's why I don't think he's going to be interested in anything that has some kind of contract that locks you in. So
here's the deal.
Yeah, that's very true.
You want to know what? They don't trade in that, okay? No BS mobile service here on Ting. No contracts. No bundling or ride-along services. No overage charge or penalties. No add-on charges. No mysterious line items on your bill. You ever get you see on your cell phone, it's like, oh, the service charge for California. Also, we strap $50 to a bald eagle and take a picture. None of that.
Dude, I dealt with that with Virgin. They always are taking photos of $50 bills on bald eagles.
They're just, they love it. It makes them happy, so you don't want to say anything, but really, it's not a great way to use money, taping them to bald eagles and taking pictures. Just ridiculous. Unlimited devices on one plan, a powerful online account control panel, no hold customer support. You ever got on a customer support line, just waited there forever?
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, that's basic. I do that for fun, though. I think it's awesome.
Is that how you get your jollies?
I call the IRS and just yeah.
I'll tell you what, true story. I got, maybe we'll tell this story in the after show, but I totally got screwed by US Air. And so now I'm on a mission to get them to finally give me my money back by harassing their social media services. If Ting happened to run afoul of me, they'd solve it immediately because they have their no-hold customer support. I just call them up and they'll be like, oh, sorry, dude, total mistake. We're settling it right now, okay? That's what you get with Ting. They're not US Air. US Air is the devil. Ting is an angel. That's what you need to remember when you go and sign up. Now, people might be thinking, what is Ting?
If I can, look, I know where it's headed. You're going to talk about how Ting's, not about contracts. It's made by geeks for geeks. They have sensible plans that go stuff. I'm just going to throw this out there. I know where this whole ad read's going to end, and I'm just going to say, Mike, maybe like a C or like an E minor. I'm just throwing that out there. Just get ready for it. Get ready for it.
All right, okay.
First, all right, here. Let me tell you a little bit how Ting works. Here, let me tell you a little bit about how Ting works. First, you purchase your mobile device from Ting, which you'll receive in 2 to 5 business days. Then you activate your device with Ting and have the option to select a new phone number or port an existing one. Ting will break out your rates by minutes, text messages, and megabytes, and bill you at the end of the month for what you've used. Visit Ting today at nsfw.ting.com. Save money and better manage your mobile phone usage with Ting. Check out their savings calculator to see how much you or your company can save. NSFW viewers will also save $25 on your first Ting device when you sign up. Visit nsfw.ting.com and start saving today. We thank Ting for supporting NSFW.
The right Ting on NSFW. Use promo code NSFW8 at nsfw.ting.com. I'm not good at
That's
this.
a hit.
It's all new for me.
That's a hit.
Trying to
all
play
right.
Mike's game.
We got another
white
song here from Mike.
is what Beef says.
Again, the album, the Get Set Go album, is
Tumors.
Tumors. The song is Still the Music Plays. Ladies and gentlemen, your friend and mine, Mike TV, yet again.
Hey, real quick, as Mike plays, hold on, Mike, before you go, everybody wants to clap at home. Nobody can hear you clap at home. And I'm sorry to report, but nobody can hear you clap in the chat room. You want to make this guy feel good? Why don't you clap on, give him the clap on Twitter. Go.
The clap.
Mike TV.
You're talking about clapping physically, not the venereal disease, right?
You're gonna get gonorrhea. Now
Yeah,
play the song.
Lots of people like to sing our songs. They just don't like to pay for them. It doesn't matter, we don't really mind. We just don't know how we'll get by. We're as broke as we've ever been. We don't know how to make a dime singing the songs that we write. All we've got is another stupid song, all about the fact we don't belong, all about the fact that we will struggle till the end of our days, and still the music plays. We love it when you sing along. We wish you could always sing along. It makes it all seem so worthwhile when a new song makes you smile. We love it when you smile up at us. You know we don't care, oh, that we're broke, so long as we're there, or that we've got another stupid song, all about the fact we don't belong, all about the fact that we will struggle till the end of our days, and still the music plays. It's so hard to keep on going. It's so hard to keep on going. It's so hard to keep on going. Lots of people like to sing our songs. They just don't like to pay for them. It doesn't matter, we don't really mind. We just don't know how we'll get by.
Woo! Mike TV!
Thank you.
Get Set Go.
I would like to think that this was always Mike's plan to play this song, and that just now it all came together, and somehow he like manipulated us into having that whole discussion going into it. But something tells me that Mike's the kind of guy who has a billion songs and be like, well, this seems to be what everyone's talking about.
It was the latter actually. Yeah, that song is actually the opener in Tumor. So you buy the record and the first thing it says
I better hope you bought it. You leech.
Yeah, no, that was exactly it. The idea was that if they torrented it, the first song they'd hear was like. And that was the exact idea behind it. There would just be a landmine right at the gate. You know, like, there you guys go.
So
I'll tell you what.
That's fine. You're torrenting it.
Yeah.
But also, you're killing me.
Yeah.
Well, and can I tell you, like back in the heyday of torrenting, or even before there was torrenting, back in the Napster days or whatever, it's like I would grab, for me, it was audiobooks. By the way, I'm Brian Brushwood. I'm a former pirate. But a recovering pirate. How about that?
I'm a recovering pilot. I used to fly planes, and now I don't anymore.
Every so often, I just really want to be. I see a Cessna, and I'm just like, I got to remember it's
no,
my
it's
hour,
not. I actually don't know how to fly, and
that's right.
it was terrible for me to call myself a pilot.
But I used to be terrified, especially because you would hear about like, you download a Madonna song and halfway through she'd be like, what the F are you doing, chewing you out just like a nasty old crone, like, nah, Madonna. But what I was terrified of was downloading an audiobook and halfway through getting somebody saying, hi, I'm so-and-so, I wrote this. And I'm not sure how you got it, but if you got it online, it's because I'm not being paid for it. I was terrified of the idea of being held accountable for the way I was getting my music. And I think that's part of the reason I was so big on confessing to you personally, Mike, that I've been getting my music from streaming sites, because even if that's legit, it's not moral. It's like there's legal and then there's moral. It's not moral to get all your music from independent artists on those streaming sites because they don't get paid enough.
Actually, and it's really funny because somebody in chat room actually just made this brought this this point up, and it does make a lot of sense to me. The idea is like you don't know if we're all kind of struggling for money, and so you don't know, like when you first hear a band, you might be like, oh, they sound all right, but I totally understand, like you want to listen to them and decide whether you fall in love with them, and so that's like I totally get that. And then if you decide you love that band, then go buy all their stuff. Like I'm totally willing to work within the idea of that these things that you need to try things out before you decide whether you fall in love with them or so I'm not like a Nazi regarding like that you're stealing from
I should certainly hope so.
But like
they were terrible people.
They really were.
You got something you want to confess to us, Mike? What's going on?
but the thing is that like, but yeah, it's if you do, the thing is, I think if you download something, if you stream it, if you steal it or whatever, and you listen to it and you really like that album, particularly if they're an independent artist, then you really should go and either go out and catch one of their shows and hope to God that they've actually got a decent split or guarantee. No, but yeah, or go buy merchandise from them or go buy. The thing is, like, definitely give back. If you get something from somebody, the thing is that like, if you're entertained by them, or if particularly if an album, like, that's the thing is that, like, it's so frustrating for me. I had some kid, like, he's like, hey man, I love your albums. I love them. And he's like, and I really want to get Tumors, and where do I download it? And I'm like, well, you can buy it here. And he's like, no, I know, but where's like a torrent site? And he's asking me, and I'm like,
yeah,
wow.
I'm like, yeah, because I'm certain he doesn't get that, like, like, I guess he just thinks that, like, yeah, I'm a multi-billionaire rock star guy, yeah. And I'm
wait, you're not.
Yeah.
What about all that Nazi gold you've been hoarding?
Well, yeah. Well, that I'm saving for a rainy day.
The rainiest of days.
Yeah.
All right. Where can people find you on Twitter?
At or the whatever, I don't even know how you do it. The hashtag or it's yeah. All right. So I just started using Twitter again today. We set up the account. Everything's anyway, but. So it's Get Set Go Band. That's Get Set Go Band, and then me is Mike TV of GSG.
Mike TV of GSG.
Yeah.
Brian?
Yes, sir.
Are you working on anything you want to talk about or plug or?
Dude, I'm just this guy who, you know what? Actually, we have 2 big releases coming up on Skim Stuff. One was supposed to come out this week, but I was out of town on a vacation in the Palmdale Desert for no good reason.
You had transient global amnesia like Walter White.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what I had. And then, but the point is, we got some releases coming out. Keep an eye on Scam Stuff. I think some cool stuff is happening. And get this, we are in the middle of working out arrangements. The Scam School physical book arrives in the distributor's place. Skyhorse Publishing arrives this Friday, and then they're gonna forward it over to us. I'm trying to have some sent to my house and some sent directly to Dragon Con. So if you're at any of the shows at Dragon Con, you can have one of the first 100 copies of the book, which I'll sign for you in person. So I'm very, very excited about that. As you know, like I've done 5 books. They've all been self-published. And even though it's total BS, it's total crap that somebody else, like a quote-unquote legitimate publisher, whatever the hell that means, is doing one, it's still cool that a legit publisher is doing this one. I'm very excited.
No, that is
Amen. That's
that
awesome.
is awesome. Also, we will definitely have the new edition, the NSFW shirts at Dragon Con. They are going to be the no hobo design that me and Brian got at Nerdtacular. We will be selling them along with the special edition NSFW Dragon Con of a Dragon logo on the back. And for FSL Tonight fans, we will have shirts for all the teams, as well as the teams for the 3 teams that will be elevated into the league for next season, which we will announce there on site. So check those out because they're going to be really fun. Brian, do we want to play the movie draft minute?
Real quick, movie draft minute coming up right here. Here we go.
Welcome to Movie Draft Minute for the week of August 19th, 2013. I'm your host, Roberto Villegas. With first place pretty much a lock, let's see how the rest of the placements shake out. Here's this week's scoreboard. Scott Johnson's in 6th place with $415.6 million. Cargill's in 5th place with $438.8 million. Tom Merritt's in 4th place with $643 million. Sarah Lane's in 3rd place with Kick-Ass 2 bringing in $13.3 million, bringing her total to $650.6 million. Justin Robert Young's in 2nd place with $692.3 million. And in 1st place with $970.8 million, it's Brian Brushwood. And that is your Movie Draft Minute for the week of August 19th, 2013.
I'll tell you what, man. You know what's interesting to me is that there really is a kind of a normal distribution to the movie totals. If I saw correctly, I'm going to double check right now at draft.nsfwshow.com. Yeah, it looks like everyone had we had 3 players in the 600 millions and only 2 in the 400 millions, and then obviously me in the 900 millions. Like, I think it's kind of awesome that you have this normal distribution for everything.
Well, didn't it end like that last year? Like, I think it did. I was over $1 billion last year, and it was kind of a similar way that it shook out. Like, it's just somebody gets the run away with it card, like a couple people get the in the hunt cards, and then a few people just have nothing but poo on their hands.
Yeah. All right. It makes me feel good about, because you and I are always doubting like our rules, like if we set it up correctly. But
I do want to try some of the more, maybe for the winter draft, we can try some of the more experimental rules just to give them a test run, because I think that would be like, we had a thing this week.
It's all about 2015. It's all about 2015.
It is. It's about perfecting it by 2015. But we had a thing this week where the number 1 movie was not in the draft. So that would be a hot pickup off the waiver wire if we had something like that. But we'll talk about that at a later time. Brian, have you heard Ali Spagnola's new song?
No, I have not. But I'm excited.
We don't have to play it, but I'm gonna summarize it right now. When she was doing her Kickstarter, she was obviously came right down to the wire and wound up having a last minute $1,000 donation from a random fan by the name of Dave Parker. And so she sang a song about how Dave Parker was a last minute superhero. And I just, for no reason, wanted to give to tell that story for no possible reason. We have to end the show now, and I can't think of how we could possibly end the show. If only there was somebody here that would recommend how we could end the show. Right now. Oh my God! Last minute superhero himself, Dave Parker. Dave, is there a song you think that we should play to end the show here?
How about Lullaby?
Playing Lullaby, the song we play at the end of every single episode. One last time, Mike TV.
Oh my God, so much wind.
I'm gonna need some help with the lyrics because I haven't played this in
Time to go.
Time to go, and I'm so distressed.
Gonna spend.
Okay. Hold on.
Rest
To go, and I'm so depressed.
Think I'm gonna spend the whole
week in bed until the next. There we go. NSFW.
Show is through and it breaks my heart.
Show is through and it breaks my heart.
Show is through and it breaks my heart. I just can't bear to be apart from Brian and Justin of NSFW.
What would you rather
I'd
do?
rather die in a fire
Then what?
than spend a single moment without Brian Brushwood. Oh, I'd rather be dipped in honey and fed to a big ant pile
Then what?
than do without Justin Robert Young for even a little while.
Yeah?
Oh, NSFW. I love you.
Hey! Remix! All right, Die to Fire.
There, we'll just take it out. We'll take it out with these guys. They're the pros. Nice try, Mike TV.
Yeah, sorry, I know I'm terrible.
Do me a favor, buddy. Die to fire.
See you next Tuesday.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, I need to rehearse that. I'm like, that was awesome. That's great. You got a good voice, man.
Oh, you have a good voice.
We should definitely get. We should definitely do some singing.